So, good afternoon. Hi everyone. So, in this partial differential equations, in Unit 2, we are talking about Fourier series. So, Unit 2, Fourier series, we will be seeing about Dirichlet's condition, general Fourier series, odd and even function, half-range sine function, half-range cosine function, Parseval's identity, complex form of Fourier series, and harmonic analysis. So, these are the topics you will be seeing in this. So, before getting into the topic, what is Fourier series and why Fourier series? So, Fourier series was actually named after a French mathematician and physicist Joseph Fourier. Have introduced this in 1822 when he was investigating a heat conduction. So, if you take a part, as usual, I have said, in a part, if there is a base and when you are heating a part, the base will get heat immediately, and slowly the heat will be transferred to the top of the part, right? So how is the heat is conducted from one place to another place? When he is investigating it, he have found this series called Fourier series. Okay, and this Fourier series will be represented in both sine and cosine functions. Okay, and using sine and cosine function, you can define a Fourier series. And what is a periodic function? So a function f of x is said to be periodic if I'll take a periodic value, let p be the smallest periodic function, and if I add that with x, and if that value is equal to the f of x value given, then it is known as a periodic function. For example, you can take any wave. So here you have given a graph here. So for a wave y is equal to sin x wave is here from 0 to pi. One wave starts from 0 and ends at 2 pi. Likewise, starts from 2 pi and ends at 4 pi. So every 2 pi, the value and the way the wave forms is equal from 0 to 2 pi, then 2 pi to 4 pi. So the periodic of sin x will be 2 pi. The same goes for cos pi, and for tan x I have given the diagram here. For tan x, for every pi the wave will be same. Okay, that is given here. And if you take n function, 2 pi by n, 2 pi by n and pi by n for tan, cos, and okay. So I have given some example here. First one, to find the period of sin nx. If fx equal to sin nx, you will write it as sin nx plus the period 2 pi. So sin nx plus 2 pi can be written as, if I divided the whole equation by n, I'll get it as x plus 2 pi by n, which is f of x plus 2 pi by n. So 2 pi by n is the period of sin nx. And I have given a graph here. If y is equal to modulus of x, you can plot y is equal to modulus of x. For x, you can take values from -4 to 4, -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Same wise, the value of y goes from 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So after plotting, you'll get a diagram like this. Next, continuity of a function. So what is continuity of the function? To put it in a simple terms, if limit x tends to c, f of x is equal to f of c. Okay, here if the limit x that tends to c in f of x and it is equal to f of c, okay, then it is known as a continuous function. If it is not equal, then it is not a continuous function. Here I have given the formula of Fourier series. For a Fourier series, for an interval c less than or equal to x less than or equal to c plus 2 pi, the value will be f of x is equal to a naught by 2 plus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity a n cos nx plus b n sin x sin nx. For a naught, you will be find 1 by pi integral over c to c plus 2 pi f of x dx. For a n, 1 by pi c to c plus 2 pi f of x cos nx dx. And for b n, 1 by pi c to c plus 2 pi by f of x sin nx dx. This is the Euler's formula. Using this Euler's formula, we have derived for Formulas for Fourier series using the Dirichlets condition. First, if you want to use a Dirichlet condition and a function f of x is defined on 0 comma 2 pi, then you will write it as a naught by 2 plus summation n is equal to 0 to infinity a n cos nx plus b n sin nx. You have to follow these three conditions. It should be well defined and single valued, and if there is a discontinuity between the interval 0 to 2 pi, that should be finite. Countable number of discontinuities should be there, and you should know the finite maximum value, the greatest maximum value, and the greatest minimum, lowest minimum value should be known to you. Okay, so this is the maxima and minimum. So on Fourier series, if a function is defined on 0 comma 2 pi, you can write f of x is equal to a naught by 2 plus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity a n cos nx b n sin nx, and for a naught a n b n, the limit alone changes 0 to 2 pi, 0 to 2 pi, 0. And if I take it as minus pi to pi, the same here, minus pi to pi, the limit alone will changes. Okay. And if it goes for 0 to 2l, okay, the limit alone changes 0 to 2l, 0 to 2l, 2l. And if it is for us minus l comma l, the limit changes from minus l comma l. Okay, and for cos, you will write it as cos n pi x by l. For sin, sin n pi x by l. Okay, why it is for x, if you substitute l and l get cancelled, it becomes sin n pi. Okay, so 0 comma 2 pi and 0 comma 2l, this is the difference. The first problem, if f of x is equal to x square, it is given from 0 less than x less than 2 pi in a Fourier series if the period is 2 pi. The period is 2 pi here. Okay, so 0 to 2 pi is the limit, and you have to find the period at 2 pi. First, you have to find the formula. F of x is equal to a naught by 2 plus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity a n cos nx plus b n sin nx. Here you have the a naught value 0 to 2 pi and f of x. So f of x value is x square dx. On differentiating or integrating x square, you will get x cube by 3, and substituting 0 to 2 pi, you will get 8 pi square divided by 3. And if a n is equal to 1 by pi 0 to 2 pi x square cos nx dx, you can go use Bernoulli's formula. Bernoulli's formula is integral over uv is equal to u v1 minus u dash v2 plus u double dash v3, etc. So for u is equal to, you can take x square cos nx, in that u is equal to x square, and u dash is differentiation of x square, it is 2x, and again differentiating 2x you will get 2, again differentiating 2 you will get 0. Then v1 value is cos nx differentiation sin nx by n, and if sin nx is integrated, minus cos nx by n square, and v3 if minus cos nx is integrated, minus sin nx by n, so it would become n cube. Now we have to sign the substitute the formulas here. U value 2x into v1 value, u double dash value 2 into v2 value, u3, if you put 0, the whole term will become 0. So you can just take sine, cos, and minus sine alone. Okay, and now you have to substitute the value of 0 to 2 pi, and if you solve this, you will get the answer 4 by n. And the same wise, you have to find the value for bn and substitute the value 0 to 2 pi, and now you have found the value of a naught, an, bn. Substitute the values in the f of x formula, and you will get the final answer. Here x 2 pi minus x, 0 to pi, and pi to 2 pi. The same way you will get the formula for a naught. You have to find for 0 to 2 pi, you will split the interval as 0 to pi and pi to 2 pi. For 0 to pi, f of x value will be x, and for pi to 2 pi, f of x value will be 2 pi minus x. And integrate x, you will get x square by 2. Integration of 2 pi minus x, you will get 2 pi x minus x square by 2. Substitute the values, and you will find the answer a naught is equal to, for a1, same way split the interval 0 to pi x cos nx dx, pi to 2 pi 2 pi minus x cos nx dx. So you will use the same Bernoulli's formula here. If u is equal to x, then u dash is equal to 1, u double dash will become 0, cos nx is v, and v1 becomes minus sin nx divided by n, and again on differentiating you will get minus cos nx n square. Okay, now you have substitute using Bernoulli's formula, and substitute the value as 0 to pi. Now you will get the final answer as 2 pi n square cos n pi minus 1. Okay, so cos n pi is nothing but minus 1 power n. Wherever you are finding cos n pi, you can easily substitute the value minus 1 power n in the place of cos n pi. So 2 by pi n square minus 1 power n minus 1. And if you substitute n is equal to 0, okay, that is even number, okay, any even number, you put it as 4. If minus 1 power 4 is 1, then 1 minus 1 becomes 0. So if you put n value as even number, the minus 1 will become plus 1, plus 1 minus 1 will become 0, then the whole term will become 0. If I put the odd number, minus 1 becomes minus 2, minus into minus plus, so 2 pi n square you will get for odd integer. Okay. They didn't ask for any execution or deduction part, so you can stop it like this. If they asked for any deduction, you can substitute x is equal to 0 and you will get 1 by 1 square plus 1 by 3 square plus 1 by 5 square, and you can put all the values. Plus pi by 2 goes this side and become minus pi by 2. 4 pi will become goes that side and become pi square, so pi square by 8 you will get. Okay, if they ask for deduction, you can use this and get the deduction. Now f of x is equal to x 2 pi minus x 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 2 pi with the period 2 pi. We have to show that 1 by 1 square plus 1 by 2 square plus 1 by 3 square etc. to pi square by 6. Okay, now write the formula. A naught 0 to 2 pi, so the same formula, no changes. First you have to find the value of a naught, then you have to find the value of a n. 1 by 0 to 2 pi 2 pi x minus x square into dx, then integrate it, substitute the values, you will get 4 pi square. Then for a n, same wise use Bernoulli's formula, find u is equal to 2 pi x minus x square, then it becomes 2 pi minus 2x, then it becomes minus 2. Then you have to substitute the values of u dash and u double dash in place of Bernoulli's formula, and you have to solve it. Then you have to substitute the limit 0 to 2 pi, and for sin nx, you know that sin n 2 pi or sin 2 pi, every value would become 0. The whole sin term becomes 0. You will only be having cos term alone. Okay, for x, if you substitute 2 pi cos n 2 pi, you will get, and cos 0 is automatically 1, you know the value, so 1 you can keep it as 1. Okay, so what are the things that will be in balance is minus 2 pi. If I substitute 2 pi instead of x, if I substitute 2 pi, it becomes minus 4 pi plus 2 pi, which becomes minus 2 pi. Then cos n, instead of x I will substitute 2 pi, then it becomes cos 2n pi x, and it would become 1 by n square. Note it down and remember that cos nx value is minus 1 power n, whereas cos n 2 n pi, okay, cos in the previous sum I have already told you cos n pi value is minus 1 power n, whereas cos n 2 pi value is 1. Okay, keep that in mind whenever you are using this formula. Substitute the values correctly. Okay, on solving you will get minus 4 by n. This part, so obviously you need this part. So first is continuous point, let us make it as a simple one. Okay, so if you are taking an example, if the limit is from 0 to 2 pi, okay, the limit is from 0 to 2 pi. If you have to find the value of, in that 0 to 2 pi, if you have to find the value at the point x is equal to pi, so pi will always remain between 0 to 2 pi. So if it lies between, you can substitute directly. If f of x is equal to x by 2, instead of x substitute pi, then you will get x is equal to pi by 2. Okay, if you have to find the value of pi, you can substitute like that. And if I have 0 2 pi, and if I have to find the value at x is equal to 0, obviously you know from the limit 0 to 2 pi, 0 is the extreme point. So to find that extreme point, if you want to find the value of x is equal to 0 or x is equal to 2 pi, all you have to do is find the value of f of x, where if x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 2 pi, add both the values and divided by 2, then the final one will be your extreme point. Okay, and if I have a split function like 0 for 0 less than x less than pi, and for pi less than x less than 2 pi in 0 2 pi, if I have to find the value at x is equal to pi, okay, because pi is both in 0 and in pi. So what I have to do is f of pi minus, you have to take the extreme from 0 to pi, I have to subtract the pi and the values below 0 to the values just before the pi, okay. And for second limit pi to 2 pi, I'll just take from pi to 2 pi, okay. And now I have to substitute the value f of pi minus and f of pi plus, and I'll get both the answer. Then f of x is equal to pi equal to 0 plus pi divided by 2, okay. This is how I'll get the values. So I have given you 3 condition for a limit 0 comma 2 pi. If the value is in the middle, what the value is taken. If you want to find the value of x is equal to pi, just substitute the value there. And if it is in the extreme, if you have to find the value of x is equal to 0 or x is equal to 2 pi, just substitute the value 0 and 2 pi, then add and divide them, okay. And if I have to find the value in between the intervals, okay, split function, all you have to do is take the minus limit plus limit, add it and divide it by 2, and you will get the answer. Now from the deduction part, what I have given is f of x is equal to x into 2 pi minus x. So x is equal to x into 2 pi minus x equal to 2 pi square by 3 minus 4, n is equal to 1 to infinity cos nx, and they have to find the value at x is equal to 0, okay. So this is two extremes, for x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 2 pi, okay. If I put x is equal to 0, then f of x would become 0. If I put x is equal to 2 pi, then it would become 4 pi square minus 4 pi square, it would also become 0. So the f of x value will become 0. 0 equal to 2 pi square by 3 minus 4. I have put x is equal to 0. For cos nx also substitute x is equal to 0. You will get 1. So 1 by n square. Minus and minus will get cancelled. This 2 pi square by 3 goes to the left side and it will become minus 2 pi square by 3. Minus minus gets cancelled. So 4 pi summation n is equal to 1 to infinity 1 by n square is equal to 2 pi square by 3. And now we have to substitute and solve. We will find the answer. Okay. Know what the question is, okay. So the limit is from 0 to 2l. If I want the limit for l, what I have to do, I have to take l minus x and 0. The second one is 0, so no issues, just l minus x alone. Substitute the value for x as l. L minus l becomes 0. So obviously l minus l becomes 0, so no issues. So if you substitute l by 4 plus 2 l by pi square, n is equal to or to infinity is equal to 0, and 2 l pi square into, I am splitting the function and substituting the value, n is equal to 1 3 5. Then what I am doing is I am taking minus outside, minus and minus get cancelled. 1 by 1 square plus 1 by 3 square plus 1 by 5 square is equal to pi square by 8. And if I put l is equal to l by 2, for if l by 2 means the limit should lies between 0 to l, right. From 0 to l alone the limit l by 2 lies, okay. So l by 2 lies between 0 to l. So what I have to do is I'll take l minus l by 2, okay. Just I have to substitute the values, no need for other things and all, because I have 0 alone here. L minus x is only f of x, so f of x is equal to, for x I have to substitute l by 2, because that is the median value, okay. From 0 to l by 2 is located between 0 to l, so there is no issues for extreme values or split functions and all. I just have l by 2 alone, so substitute the value l by 2, and cos will become 0 if I substitute l by 2, and sin alone will have n pi divided by 2. Now I have to substitute n is equal to 1 to infinity in the values. I am expanding the equation and I will get the final answer. So Fourier series for odd and even function. So from now on you will be seeing odd and even function. If there is a function y is equal to f of x, and if I substitute instead of x, I'll substitute minus x, and again if I get the f of x which is a mirror image, then I'll say it is an even. And if I put minus x instead of x in f of x, then I'll get minus f of x. Then I'll be, if this is a symmetrical function, then I'll easily say this is an odd function. So these are some of the functions which are even and odd functions. When going through the question, you can easily identify it. A x square cos x modulus of cos x sin x, x sin x sin square x root of 1 minus cos x e plus or minus x square. The same plus or minus x, x cube minus x, x cos x, x square sin x. These are all odd function. E power plus ax plus or minus x square plus or minus x comma etc. These and all comes under, these are neither even nor functions. And if I substitute f of minus x and f of x is given, f of x is an even function, and if I get minus f of x, then the given f of x is an odd function. So if I the simple is, you have to remember that f of minus x is equal to f of x, you will get it as an even function. If f of minus x is equal to minus f of x, you will get it as an odd function. And if I didn't get any, if I put f of minus x, it is not equal to f of x or f minus f of x, then the given function will be neither even nor odd function. So if you multiply two even function, you will get an even function. If you multiply two odd function, you will get an even function. So if you multiply two even function or two odd function, you will get an even function. If you multiply one odd function and one even function, you will get an odd function. Okay, so the limit is from minus pi to pi a naught by 2 summation n is equal to 1 to infinity a n cos nx plus b n sin nx. I have the value of a naught, a n and b n for the limit minus pi comma. And if f of x is an even function, b naught would become 0. Okay, keep it in mind, if f of x is an even function, b naught would become 0. Then your a naught will be, what is the formula of a naught if the limit is from minus pi to pi? 1 by pi minus pi to pi f of x dx. So if it is an even function, you know that it is an even function. So from minus pi to pi, if I split it equally as 0, so if it is an even function, so I could easily say that 0 to pi value is equal to 2 times of 0 to pi value is equal to minus pi to pi value, right? So like how I will get the a naught value as 2 by pi 0 to pi f of x dx, and for a n I will be getting 2 by pi 0 to pi f of x cos nx dx. So and if it is an odd function, you can easily say here odd a naught and a n becomes 0, just a b n would be there, which is 2 by pi 0 to pi f sin nx dx. So bn for x sin x in minus pi comma pi. So I am substituting the value of minus x and minus x. I will get minus x minus sin x, minus into minus plus. So x sin x. So f of minus x is equal to f of x, which is an even function. For even function, b of n becomes 0. This would come in 2 marks. Okay, remember. So these are some of the outlet formulas. You just keep in mind, if you are working on minus pi comma pi and minus l comma l, if you are working on minus l comma l, your formula for a naught will be 2 by l 0 to l f of x dx. And if you are working on a n, the formula is 1 by l 2 by l 0 to l f of x cos n pi x by dx. And if you are working on minus pi to pi, the value of a naught is 2 by pi 0 to pi f of x dx, and for a n it is 2 by pi 0 to pi f of x cos nx dx. And for odd function, it is in vice versa, 2 by l 0 to l f of x sin n pi x by l dx, and it would become 2 by pi 0 to pi f of x sin n pi nx dx. Okay. And if f of x is neither odd nor even, the same formula, use 1 by l 1 by l 1 by l, the same formula you will be using. There is no changes in the formula for neither nor or nor.